Hi everyone, this is Triple T, and today I'm taking a look and combining Magic Square's God of War. Yes, I've torn him asunder here, but, well, we're going to fix that right away, aren't we? So, from the get-go, I want to say that I do have Robo Lucas Decal Store decals on here, so it looks a bit different than usual. And I also have that on the eyes, so they are not dead. Yeah. So that is not original, that is applied by me after getting everything. So now I'm going to combine this up, starting with the waist, actually, because that's just easier and easier to show you. Yeah. And the transformation for all of these parts, I will link those videos down in the description, so you can go take a look if you want to. Otherwise, they're fairly easy to transform, so maybe you don't need my help. Let's take a look at the trousers, shall we? They are fairly stiff trousers, and you have a little slider here that you're going to slide him on in a minute. So, get this on. Now, for some reason, when I do this, it often tends to activate his little pelvic crunch, or whatever you want to call it. But not this time, thankfully. Get the chest, and you have a lot of tabs and things. Okay, I'm going to show you this while holding this. So, okay, you have two tabs there, you have a little thing there, a round thing there, and a round thing there, and round, yeah. And these ports will go around these up here. As I said before, this little crunch can be extended for some reason. Try not to. And squeeze everything together. Everything should line up, so it should be fairly easy to do. Just press everywhere where you know there is going to be tabs and stuff like that. And here I have a stress mark. But anyway, now when you have everything just tabbed in, you come to the top side here, and you're going to try to press things in. And it can be a bother, but when it's in, it's in. The thing that actually makes this a chore are these two that are oftentimes just hinged incorrectly, because they go astray. But otherwise, this should be locked in and look like that. I have this up a bit just in preparation of attaching the arm, so don't mind that. Do you want to make it easy for yourself? You do the same thing. If you do. Okay, let's get the shield on. You have 3 tabs here and, well, some stuff down here. Just press that on. Line one up and the rest should, he says. Line up. And there it is. Yes, the chest, or the midsection, is done. Now, for the first leg, you are going to just slide this little gripping piece on. So that's fairly simple. And he can actually stand on the one leg, and that is good, because now we need to prep the other leg, and you do that by opening that up, splitting this in twain. So you can actually just close that around this leg. So let's do that, shall we? And now he's actually standing. And we close that up. And now we are getting somewhere. Now to attach the arm, bring in Vortex. And he has a little sliding mechanism here. It won't really tab in, but it will slide on this side. Like so. And you have to push it as far as you can. That is that side. Now we come to this side. And this is more of a chore, but we'll be able to do that. This is going to be felled downwards, and that is going to be felt like that. So just scooch that inward, like that. Sorry, that was off camera because my hand was in the way. And then we just close this up like so. And then we have him all combined up. Now for articulation, the head can do a 360. He can look up, he can look down a bit, he can look a bit quizzical. His arms can go out to the side. They can, of course, go 360 if that is your pleasure, like that. And unscrew these a bit because otherwise these joints are really tight. But you have a 90-degree bend at the elbow, and of course you can rotate that around. While we're here, let's look at the hands. You have a thumb on a very interesting peg like that. And you have 1 and 2 pins for joints there. And you have the same thing here, just in another way. And I do like these hands, actually. They look really, really nice. You can splay out those fingers, of course. Yep. Now, you have a rotation at the waist. You also have ab crunch. Okay, I have to hold this here to make that work, actually. Oh. You have an ab crunch, but you have to fold. Well, you can see he has an ab crunch, right? Yeah. You believe me if I said that he has an ab crunch without me showing you, I think, as well. That is so stiff. You have a little rotation at the thigh there. You can kick forward somewhat. And if you get that back, you can kick fairly much back. Now, for some reason, right now, my joints here don't want to play ball with me. He can kick quite high, and as you can see, the front is just rotating in here. It does tend to collide in here, so that's why I'm showing you like this. And yes, I removed Vortex just so you can see everything more clearly. You have this little butt flap and this little flap on the side. And when you bring the leg down, hopefully this little piece will come back where it should. You can just fold those sides down. You have above 90 degree at the knee, but if you press this little button here, you have actually quite much more. Now, he does get a bit taller with this little knee joint out, but he doesn't sustain the length, unfortunately. So, wait, I just have to see if he can stand like this. I mean, he is very, very... okay. He should be able to. I can feel him actually wanting to... well, come apart, apparently. But yeah, he can. That's a very fun pose. I'm going to push that down. And as you can see here, this leg is now way longer than the other one. And you just press that down, and that button will lock everything into place again. So, yeah. Let's get you down for the feet, shall we? You have a rocker, of course, and if I'm able to get this out, you can actually double hinge that toe. So that is very, very nice. Like that. And of course, you can apply his gun. People keep saying that he doesn't come with a gun. No, he doesn't. He doesn't come with cartoon accurate parts either. You have to buy that separately. And the gun is their latest version of Spock, their Shockwave, which we took a look at the other day. And you just tab him in. You have a very nice and solid tab in here. I'm just going to have to find it. It's actually further out than you would expect. So I always wondered why he actually why this little thing rotated in this mode, but Having applied this a couple of times here, I know that you actually need to, because the fingies doesn't leave much room for, well, anything else. And there you have him with his beautiful, beautiful gun. It's shining. Stop shining. Let's do our flyby, shall we? Very nice chest, very nice arms, very nice. Well, this is a bit lackluster without the all the decals, but with the decals it looks very nice. And of course you have the legs. Now you can store all the weapons on him, and you can of course have these here. I'm considering taking them off just because I want the sleek look. So I don't know, maybe. The head is really beautiful. Fortunately, I had to have decals on them because, well, they look dead otherwise, but Robo Lucas Decal Store just sells them, so that was a no-brainer, and the same thing with the chest. Now, for comparison, here he is with Screamer. Takara Tomies, of course. Here he is with my favorite Chug scale, and that is, of course, Abominus. So it's a big difference. If you want a measurement to the top of his head, I think he was 53 centimeters, 22 inches, if I'm not mistaken. And here you have him with Warbatrons, Computron, of course, as well. And they do look nice beside each other. Very, very nice indeed. He does tend to be a bit too cartoon accurate for these kinds of combiners. But he fits in well with, of course, Screamer there. Now for a modern comparison with Fans Toys Autobots. And now he looks very much taller, but that is just because of the way I'm filming this. As you can see, they are fairly the same height, both of them. Very, very nice indeed. And they do go for the cartoon accuracy, both of them, but Fans Toys take some liberties, and that is okay in my book as well. But the magic square is very, very, very cartoon accurate, and you have to take that into account when putting him on your shelf, because if you put him with stylized figures, he will look very, very, well, let's just say undetailed, shall we? Not that there's anything wrong with that. That is cartoon accurate, but still, keep that in mind. Now for my conclusion. This is one of the best combiners I've ever had the pleasure of handling at all. It looks cartoon accurate to a fault. It is really, really bendable. As you can see, you can put him in almost any pose you want, and that looks really, really great. Negatives-wise, I wish the eyes were painted from get-go. This shield could have been more detailed. This arm can come off for some people. Not for me, not yet. Knock wood, but still. And the elbows are a bit scary. The plastic is very small and the joints are very tight, so I had to loosen them up. But other than that, this is just an extremely well designed and made combiner. His midsection does come apart when you extend the ab crunch here, but otherwise he is just magnificent. I'm going to give you a little view of how I have posed him, so you can see. I could have elongated the back toes so they actually touch the ground, but yeah. And you have the ab crunch here as well. And you have him looking forward. I know you can split that, so he's even more cartoon accurate, but I think that looks ridiculous, so I won't have that at all. And I learned that this can actually be pegged in here, so it is. This is just really well in there. So for a masterpiece score, he's going to get a 10. Yes, there are some flaws with him, but in the bigger picture, he is really, really amazing. And I love having him in combined mode on my living room table because he looks so good. He is my Bruticus, and I had the Ocular Max for so long, but they are actually boxed away in storage after this because this one looks so good. I can't stop saying that. Yes, I'm looking forward to buying the toon chest or and trousers and stuff like that. But I think this looks really, really good as is. But I guess that's it for today. Thank you for watching. And as always, take care.